A lady reached out to me and she asked me about upgrading her laptop. So the story is that she went to a computer shop, don't know where, don't know if it was in my area. I didn't ask that, and they quoted her $300 to upgrade her laptop and get it up and running. It's definitely steep. That's a steep price. And if you look at this laptop, I don't even think it's worth like $20 or $40. So now this is a HP DV6 Pentium Duo, 4 gigs of DDR3, mechanical drive, and yeah, you can imagine that $300 for probably a $20, $40 laptop, and that's just guessing numbers on what it's probably worth, doesn't add up. Now, she did say that they informed her that the laptop's not worth it, and of course, they offered to sell her something else. I think she said it was like $400 for a refurbished certified laptop. I don't know what the specs on that was. Like I said, I didn't ask a lot of information about it. I just told her, hey, I'll take it and I'll see what I can do for you. But the lady told me that she doesn't really have the money. She doesn't have the money to spring for a new laptop. She doesn't have the $300 for it. She said she only uses this thing for browsing the internet, watch a YouTube video or so. I think she does the whole Facebook and some email. She doesn't really do anything intense, and she doesn't like use it all the time. It's just every now and then when she needs to. She does some baking, so she does a lot of looking up recipes. So that's what she needs it for. So she don't need the whole, NVIDIA, AMD, Intel i7, blah, blah, blah. She just needs something to get on and get going. She does not something that's going to last forever. As she even told me, probably in about 6-7 months, she'll be able to get herself something nicer. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can make money with this old hardware, things to keep in mind, and how this old hardware still has value for some people. So let's dive into it. So I've already dived into it. Apparently the hard drive did go bad on it. That's one of the issues that she was having. She said it kept crashing. As soon as I turned it on, it was doing the whole tick-tock, and not the app on the phone. But it was definitely making the noises. So we know this thing is junk. Now, it has 4 gigs of DDR3. That's definitely not going to be good enough. It's a Windows 7 laptop. We want to at least put Windows 10, and that would actually help them make this thing last at least 6 months or longer. I don't remember what the end of life is. She might even get another year out of this, which is fine. She's not looking to break the bank. Now, the shop is going to charge her $300, and she said it was something like $60 for the SSD, $60 for the memory, which I don't know what memory or SSD they were going to put in there. They said something about $120 for a copy of Windows and the installation, and then there was another $80 fee. Don't know what that fee was. I didn't ask about the shop. I didn't ask about the specifics, but that's what she told me. So I get it in the sense that not defending them, not bashing them. They have an overhead. They got to keep the doors and the lights on and all that type of stuff. They can't go on the eBay and buy used parts. They need to buy new parts for warranties, because a lot of manufacturers, if it goes bad, they could RMA it and they'll get that part back. So I get all that stuff. But that's the opportunity for folks like you and I that like to tinker around. We can use stuff that we have lying around, older hardware that we got for free or dirt cheap, put it in a computer, make a couple of dollars. So now this SSD, this came from another computer that was DX. It's a 256 gig Samsung. So, $20 for something that I got for free. The memory, I have tons of this memory lying around. $20 for that. Okay, pretty good. And then probably another $20, I would charge maybe for just my service fee, if that. So it's $60. So I charge pretty much $60 flat rate for everything. So for $60 and probably 30 minutes worth of work installing Windows and the updates, that's easy money. Now in the case of this old lady, because I'm monetized by YouTube, I get paid that way, I'm not charging her for it. I waive that. Fortunately, I'm very fortunate in the fact that YouTube does pay very well. I got viewers like you guys that watch the channel, so it helps out. So we're waiving that. But for those of you who are kind of looking to try to see how you can make some money in this, older laptops, instead of just throwing them out, scoop the parts up, put them to the side, and I'll show you my bin. Now, this is the newer-ish stuff. This is DDR4. This is all DDR4. i3 10th gens. I think a couple of i5 6th gens. M.2s, 128, 256. Got a Xeon in here. So this is a whole bunch of different ones, but I have a bin just for DDR, which I'll show you because that's really cool. This is the older stuff. DDR2, DDR3, just really cool. NVIDIA, SLI memory, OCZ. Really cool stuff like that. And I keep this stuff for stuff like this where there are still people who come in with older hardware. They need it fixed really cheap because they can't afford to get the new stuff for whatever reason or whatever. And this definitely checks the boxes and it helps them out. Also, not a lot, not frequent, but I do get some retro people that like to bring in their old laptops because there are still games that they want to play in it. Another thing too is some car programming softwares, they still use Windows XP laptops, and some people just have dedicated laptops for that. So I keep memory around and even laptop CPUs around just for those who have that. And even old mechanical drives for that. You know, just in case somebody wants something cheap. So keep that stuff around. And when you run into a situation like this, you can make a couple of dollars. Now for this, I'd probably make $60 for it. A lot of different shops, of course, they're going to charge a lot more money because of the overhead. But $60 for like 30 to 45 minutes worth of work is not bad. There are times where I could get 4 or 5 of these a week. So $300 for a week worth of work for maybe 3 hours. Just being transparent. It's pretty good. And that's why it's good to hold on to that stuff. And I have found a lot of times when people find out that you're able to fix their older laptops, which this is really big with the older laptops, for dirt cheap compared to the big computer stores, they're going to give you a call. They're definitely going to give you a call. So an hour later, put it back together, Windows 10 installed, all the updates and everything, and it works pretty good. I mean, for using it as just a browser, email, all that type of stuff, it gets the job done. It checks most of the boxes, not all of the boxes, but it'll be able to get her by until she's able to get something newer. And I mean, considering that we were able to help her out, which I did call her, she's very excited, and she does thank you guys for watching and supporting the channel. This will get her done, and then next year, either I'll be able to help her get a newer laptop, because I do get a bunch of those that I buy real cheap and I refurbish, and be able to help her out with that. Or maybe she'll be able to go to some type of big computer store and pick something up. But anyways, if I was charging for this for about 30 to 45 minutes worth of my time, $60 is not bad. Now, of course, I will offer my controversial warranty, which I get a lot of flack for that. I offer a 6-month warranty, with people telling me that's unreasonable. It's going to bite me in the butt. It's never bitten me in the butt. In fact, it's helped grow my little side hustle, because they've brought things back, and then it's word of mouth saying, hey, this guy takes good care of you, and then all that type of stuff. And then something else I do to keep myself safe from doing free repairs is that I do have a contract, and the contract pretty much states that I will warranty anything that was affected by my work for the next 6 months. So if I change the hard drive and the hard drive is bad, I will definitely take care of that and cover that. Memory, I will cover that. If it's anything outside of that, I will give them a call and just let them know, hey, this went bad, but it's not related to that. And it's always served me well. So just something to keep in mind. Now, people ask me all the time, my tips and suggestions for kind of getting started into this, kind of working out of the whole garage, or even in your bedroom, living room, kitchen, wherever you want to do your computer hustle in here. The way I got started is I worked for free. When I started doing this, I was taking care of friends and family's computers, fixing them. I would only charge them for the parts that they needed. So like if it was software related, I wouldn't charge for that. If they needed parts or wanted to upgrade, I'd just go ahead and throw it in. And word of mouth got around, and then I was able to actually start charging people. And yeah, that's how I wound up with a good client base. I'm not a big business or nothing like that. This is not a job or anything. It's just a guy doing this as a side hustle. I don't know everything. I make mistakes, but I feel you treat people good, you take good care of them, and it'll pay off. And another thing before we end this video that I find that helps a lot in kind of building your computer side hustle is your turnaround time. If you can get the computer back to them same day or next day, that speaks volumes. One of my reputations is that I do that. They drop off a computer in the morning. I'll usually have it for them in the afternoon. I've actually had some people where I fix it right there and then, and they'll, wait around for an hour, which is fine with me because, it's the garage. There's enough things to see in the garage. I don't know. But if not that same day, the next day, and that's been huge on it. I've heard horror stories where they've dropped their computers off at other places and, they've waited weeks for it, which I mean, you gotta understand, those big companies, they have a larger clientele, they have overhead and all that type of stuff. So, be nice to those, other more established shops. They're trying to do the best they can. But for me, I keep a small client base and I try to do the best I can. So comment down below. Let me know your thoughts, concerns, criticisms. Do you find it lucrative holding on to older hardware to fix older hardware just like this? What are your tips and suggestions for keeping your computer side hustle or building a computer side hustle and helping it to grow? And what do you think is a good turnaround time for a computer repair? If you like this video, definitely hit the like button, subscribe if you're not, and as always, see what we come up with next.